Thank you. I reiterate all the thank yous. This event is so important to my heart and my craft and my winter. And lucky for me, when you guys aren't here, I get a little taste of Fisher Poet because I frequently go visit Dave and Renee out on the East Mooring Basin. And I might see Jay and John and Gino once in a while, so we're pretty lucky here in Astoria. But anyway, last time I went to see Dave, he's moving on to the new boat. And he has there's this, one of these Bibles, the giveaway Bibles, that are now pink. Somebody just gave me a pink giveaway Bible. But this is a Dave Densmore brand of a giveaway Bible. It's like so tattered and it's just like this gorgeous artifact. I want to put it on the window. But instead I took it and I've been looking at it. And I did have it in my pocket at some point today. But luckily, there's a particular passage, which I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with, but I was raised Unitarian, like Garrison Keillor, so I don't really know the Bible passages. And for all I know, John may open the gospel sing with this every year, but I never get here in time for the gospel sing. So this is just a little thing. Luke chapter 5, you know this one. One day, as Jesus was standing at the lake of Gennesaret, the people were crowding around him, listening to the word of God. He saw at the water's edge 2 boats left there by fishermen who were washing their nets. He got into the one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, and asked him to pull out a little from shore. Then he sat down and taught the people from the boat. When he was finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." And Simon answered, "Master, we worked hard all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." And when they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come help them. And when their partners came, the boats were so full that they began to sink. Then Simon Peter fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish. And so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. And then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will be fishers of men." So they pulled their boats up on shore, left all things, and followed him to become fishers of men. That passage has really been haunting me. I really do believe what we do here is very important. And one of the ways that was renewed for me was I went to Kathleen Moore's talk yesterday morning about climate change and retaining our hope and recognizing our moral obligation to make changes to encounter climate change. And it was kind of dark for a bit, and then she reminded us that this is not a hard thing to do. We are just one part of a community. We're one stone in the river, and we can shift the flow. But she said it's really important to ask yourself, what is your greatest gift? And where does that gift intersect with the deepest need of the world? And this week especially, I'm really aware that the need of the world is deep. It's deep. On Monday, I got a call from one of my students who had written this great essay, happiest little dude, but he calls me from rehab to say, "Is there any way I can finish the class from rehab?" Because I had to go back in. And then on Wednesday, I look on the paper and there's another girl from my class who took 2 classes with me, had a baby while she was in my class not that long ago. The baby can't be a year old, and her mugshot's on the front page for heroin-related drug crime. And then on Friday, when I'm getting ready to come down, this quarter I have a Ted Savage and a Lance Love. It's probably against my contract to tell you their names, but so Lance Love shows up in my office, and he's a friend of the guy who went back into rehab, and he lives in a halfway house, and he's he really wants to stick with the class, but he's really struggling. He went to prison, tried as an adult when he was 15, and has been in 5 different prisons, and he's really struggling to be like, why do I keep going, you know? And then on Friday night, I show up at Kala, and this woman I kind of know from around town is sitting in the back row, and I think it was after Mary Garvey saying, you can see she's got tears in her eyes, and she says, with just this huge, she's just a listener, but she's like, man, I need this event to get me through the winter. And she's just very compelled. So I want to make sure that we take our gift that we share here so seriously and take it into the new world, into the year, until we meet again. And I wrote just a short little homily. This is what we sing at the Unitarian Church every week, and I rewrote it for Fisher Poets. Spirit, ooh, that's too high. Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, roll in the surf, rise in the sea, dart against the current like a slowly dying salmon. Friends, hold me close, words set me free, tongue point me east to taste the bluster of the morning. Cast your net wide and well, find your wave, ride the swell. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Y'all come back to me next year. You're important. Keep giving the gift.
Rich King, Rob Sykes, on the game.